Dgenz Crypto Daily, episode 29, coming right up.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. That's right. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Let's go. Dgenz Crypto Daily. News in the code. Riding on a blockchain. Heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying. Rugs are in the air. Chart gave us a meaning to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon. And Ether's on fire. Rollers in the storm. Lifted higher and higher. With chart in the lead. Watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane. Never gonna hit them slow. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Oh, yeah. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Oh, yeah. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Velo to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Fortunes you can see. All those diamonds, digital harmony. Oh, yeah. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
Yes, I do. I have you wild and free. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday to you and wherever you are. It is Dgenz Crypto Daily, episode 29 on this amazing Friday. Are you caught up with all the crypto that's happening this week? Because I just can't keep up. There's always something new, always something exciting. We're getting really, really bullish. Every day seems to be a new opportunity for us to get ahead of the game. And this is why we do a daily crypto stream. There's so much to catch up on and talk about and identify and secure, because we want to secure that back, right? If you're new to the stream, you can go ahead and give me a follow. Keep up to date on everything that we do, all the crypto talk, all the deep dives and gem finds and awesome setups we find we can always share. As well, if you are not in our sister project or following our sister account, it's Dgenz NFT. It's an amazing community that we have there in our Discord. Awesome people vibing together, trying to make this crypto roller coaster a fun one. So go ahead and hit that link. Also, if you want to comment on the stream, you can go into the chat on the right-hand side and just simply say, "What's up, chart?" Just like that. Try to read all the comments. If you have an awesome question, I will put it up on the screen and we'll try to answer it. I know a lot of you have many questions, so just throw a comment on there. I'll read them. So let's get into what's going on this amazing Friday. So it looks like Bitcoin did tap 64 yesterday on the news that the Bank of Japan is going to slow down on the rate hikes because they're thinking about doing it again. And they saw the trigger that it had on the markets overall. So they're going to pause on the rate hikes until everything else stabilizes. It makes sense because if they're undoing all that work that, say, for example, the Fed is doing, right, by lowering the rates and injecting a lot of liquidity in the markets, they're essentially just not doing themselves any justice by raising rates and causing a cascading effect in the short term. So this makes sense that it is going to be positive for the markets when they pause the rate hikes. Says here, Satoshi era wallets move 60 million in Bitcoin after 15 years of dormancy. It just means nothing. They could be doing a whole bunch of stuff, so it's a non-issue for me. The crypto exchange BinX hacked. On-chain data shows over 43 million drained. Hacker has moved the stolen assets to decentralized exchanges. Makes sense. Because we have a lot of these centralized exchanges, a hack for 43 million doesn't mean anything anymore. Not anymore. Because this has happened, if this happened in, say, 2016, and when we had like maybe 5 good exchanges, then this would mean a lot, right? But because now liquidity is abound, we don't care about this at all. $43 million is basically a drop in a bucket. We got some cat theme meme coins emerging as preferred risk on bets with 40% surge in a week. Things like, I guess, PopCat was doing pretty good. Speaking of PopCat, I actually had a setup to look at for some of you guys because I know you guys are trading it. PopCat looks like this. And so, first when I see that, I go, all right, it's up against a strong resistance right here, right? We are looking at an inverted head and shoulders formation. So we got that shoulder there. We got the head. Probably going to get a shoulder. So people are going to be starting to sell here, right about here. And so I wonder if a lot of them are going to actually take profit here. I would, if I was trying to just remove some capital off the table. I would definitely want to sell there. Most likely what we get is this hold here, right about here. So if you're looking to sell at that level, right, your first buy-in will be about 70 to 80 cents. Don't wait until it gets to that level. Just start buying it like in here, like 85, 83, 82, and so on. Okay, so that's if you're profit taking here. But I see like this, the chart is actually really, really bullish, right? We see this like trend line forming. I'll show you what I mean. Right, so it's forming there. Most likely we get extension to that line first because we have to see whether or not this will serve as a resistance. So what I mean by that is if it bounces off of it, it comes back down. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just goes straight up above it and then does that. But we want to make sure that it tests it first and then figures out whether or not it's going to go through or not. So first, if I ever see that price action get to here, I would sell. So if you can line up that resistance properly, that line to be the resistance properly, you can find your first sell when it gets to that level. So when it breaks this neckline here, right? So neckline there, probably get to somewhere here, $1.44, $1.60. But be confident at that level because market cap is already over close to $1 billion. So, it only favors the whales at this point. So I will be watching out for that. Okay. There's questions about looking into Camino and Jupe and WIF. I can take a look at WIF for sure. Let me quickly get into some Bitcoin action before we get into some of those meme coins and Camino and Jupe. Okay. So I did talk about yesterday that it could be some profit taking soon, possibly on the weekend, but I guess we're getting some now. Let me show you the Bitcoin chart itself. We have some resistance. So at the peak of this level right there, so that was about 64 and change. So what do we get from here? The question is whether it comes down to here just to retest that 200 week daily EMA, right? Could be at about 60,000, or today is just one of those days where it's going to take the lead from the traditional markets. The traditional market looks to be selling off a little bit today, and then somehow holds here and then continues to go up by the end of the day, right? Or we have some trading sideways and then we go up. The reason why I say that is because when we talked about the dominance yesterday on Bitcoin, we talked about these levels being strong resistances, right? So we left it the way it is. It proved to be correct, right? It was a strong resistance here. We did have another strong resistance here at, I believe it was 59%, 59.4%. So it can still get up here. So it can still bounce here and go up here, right? But we're reaching a point of strong resistance. And so if we zoom out again and look back on previous runs, right? We talk about these runs need to happen for the bull run to start. So we're up against the strong resistance, right? And normally when we're there, things do break down. So we're hoping to get a breakdown here, right? Where alts are really, really strong and Bitcoin is not so much. Now, in previous bull run years, we did have a strong push from Bitcoin. So this was right here where alts are getting decimated and Bitcoin is getting punched higher and higher. So resistances are being broken. I don't know if we have that anymore, because if that happens, where is it going to go? Right? It's going to break this strong downward resistance. And then we're getting to uncharted territory. So I do think this is going to stay true. It's going to hold pretty well. And we're going to have an alt season. Obviously not a straight line. It's going to be like this, right? Just like how we had it here, kind of. But good to see that we're finally getting some resistance on the dominance for Bitcoin. Tether dominance. We always track that. We want to make sure that it is dumping at all times, right? That is always positive news for us. Right now, it is bumping up against that 3-year daily EMA. The 200 is just underneath it. The 365 is just above it. So there's a lot of support for this chart, which means it's kind of resistance for crypto. But I think we break through that, especially like we talk about October is the most bullish month. And I think we get further than that. I think we get south of that. And then we continue down to that 2% level, which we talk about all the time, right? We talk about getting all the way down here as the final level of the bull run, right? Because we do things in threes, right? So we have this first level, this is the second level, and then the third level will be the bull run. Okay. So we're tracking pretty good. I don't feel like we're going to have it. Well, I mean, you know what? Maybe we do have a small pump here and then down, right? It will make it a head and shoulders, right? That being the right shoulder. So we could see some bearish activity in the next couple of days, right? But alts are looking good. Like we look at every single alt and it's tracking really well on the weekly scale. Like, for example, let's look at Opulus just for a second, but I want to go into it more deeply than that. Opulus on the weekly scale, right? Let's go to weekly, right? Look at this. This is the stuff that I always talk about, these pinches, these weekly pinches. They're always so good, right? The other thing I'm looking for is, where is the weekly pinch? Is it going to be higher than that? So not really, right? It's the same level, but it's always good, right? We always want it higher than the previous one. So you want to go like this, like that, right? That's really bullish because you're making new highs every time, okay? If you're making a lower, so if you go like this, then it's going to go down, right? So you got to watch those oscillations because it makes a big difference. So we're getting this pinch. We always want that pinch. We're also getting this momentum to swing to the bulls, right? It's getting smaller and smaller for the bears. I think the small resistance here is not going to do much, but I don't want to get into it so much yet. I do want to get into a couple of requests that we had in the chat. Okay, so we'll look at Camino and Jupiter. Are you specifically asking to look at the ratio Camino and Jup, or just a Camino or Jup? If you have a chance to answer, it would be great. For now, I'll take a look at WIF. All right, so that's Binance. Let me see if there's another one that looks better there. I need more chart history. Okay, nothing there. Baloney. Usually has a good one. No. Gate. I guess they all have the same chart history. The only thing I can try is on Dex Screener. So if we type in WIF. Okay. All right. So is that against Sol? Okay. Let me just double check what is the current price. $1.78. So let me see this. This might not be the right one. That's Sol. What do we have? One with USD. Okay. These are all against Sol. So against Sol looks good, right? If we were to just look at this one right here. Essentially, it's saying that, you know, we're approaching a inverted head and shoulder formation, right? We're at a neckline right now. There is a chance that we go back to this level here, which means Sol is going to be much more stronger in the short term than WIF. So I would actually hold Sol than I would hold WIF at this point. But overall, if it gets down to here or up to there, right, we're looking at possibly a 3x in price in USD, for example. So if we were to go back to this chart here, okay, a 3x would take us probably to the top, especially seeing how we're starting to curl here, right? So 3x would take us to like $4.50, almost $5. So yeah, you can probably get up to the top. So that other chart would be here. So the price action would be about here. Then you can swap to Sol if you really wanted to. If you're looking to swap between the WIF and Sol, right? Okay. Let's see Camino. Okay, let's go with Bybit. So when I see Camino looking like this, that means it's at the highest level possible, right? I can see some wicking here. Obviously, people are just starting to take profit. I don't know whether or not it can get up to this wick right here, because it will try to get to that level as close as possible, right? But we got to consider a lot of things like the timing of this move, right? The daily chart looks like it's probably going to be topped out right now. It might need some time. It might need to like come back down a little bit and then try it again. So I would say wait for Camino. I wouldn't get it right now. Jupiter on the other hand, don't even think about it. Just buy. Just buy. I went over Jupiter many, many times before, and I think, this is such an amazing looking chart. Because we talk about wave ones and wave twos and wave threes. This is wave one, this is wave two, and the wave three is going to be way up here, like way up here. And I pointed to somewhere around $7 as the starting point to sell. Okay, so anything up here is like an easy win for me. So Jupiter, like, don't even think about it, just buy. It's the biggest decentralized exchange next to Uniswap in all of crypto. Like all of crypto. So it's just an easy understanding of the scale of Jupiter in terms of usability, users, transactional volume, a whole bunch of things. So I wouldn't even think about it. Yeah, anytime. Wanted to focus on, I know we only have about 10 minutes. Wanted to focus on, obviously, Opulus. So let's get out of the way. I really want to touch on Opulus and show everyone where we expect Opulus to go to. We did talk about the giant wave formation that started way back in, say, May of 22. So it started like this, and it's going like that, and eventually it's going to pump out of that. Okay. It's like a giant sine wave that gets bigger and bigger every single time. And I fully mean that this is going to happen because formations like this are always true. What I mean by that is they always play out. First level of resistance is up here, right? 89 cents or so. It's essentially almost doubling this level right here. So we're going to get that. And then I think we're going to test this resistance here. So 132, 138, whatever. See if you want to remove some from the top there. But I think, depends on timing, right? We talk about the initial wave has to be big. We hope that this first wave takes us straight to like 1. And then the third wave is going to be way bigger, right? Maybe 350. And then you can probably tread a little bit here and then get into the last wave. Maybe get to 5 or 6 or way up there, the top, which is almost $8. So we hope this initial wave is really, really strong. So we'll keep an eye on that. There are multiple ways to play this, actually. So one of the things I can tell you is this. Find another asset that you really, really like. Really, really like. Just like Opulus. And let's just say you really like that asset and you go, all right, I don't know which ones to hold. I really want to hold both. Here's what I can tell you. So you can go to Opulus like this, right? And then say we do a ride chain. Okay, just like that. You select it. All right, it's going to be there. And then it's going to be there. Hit enter. And then we get a relationship between the two assets. Okay, in percentage terms. So right now we were looking to see the strength of Opulus versus a ride chain. The lower the action is, the smaller Opulus is versus a ride chain. But when it goes up, that means the strength of Opulus is going up versus the ride chain. Okay, when it dumps, it's the opposite. The way we can play this is actually pretty simple. We can say, all right, I really like both assets. How can I play them off of each other? First thing I would do is, all right, say we get into Opulus. We wait for this level here to come up. That is 6.8%. Okay. At that level, we practically just swap into a right chain. And we wait for this chart to dump. Once it dumps, we get back into Opulus again. And we gain a whole bunch more tokens, right, in the process. And now we're up against it at 10%, possibly swap back into a right chain again, right there. And then when it dumps a little bit, we get back into Opulus. And then we start selling back into a right chain here. And we make that move all the way to the top. You don't have to swap the entire bag. You can swap maybe 20%, 50%, whatever the amount you're comfortable with. But this is one of the ways to play both assets during the bull run if you're unwilling to sell into US dollars. So you know for sure both assets are going to go up in US dollars, but you're not sure which one's going to go at what point. We can clearly see that Opulus is ready to go first because the strength is going to start moving up, right? So if you're looking to try to figure out if you're going to hold a ride chain or Opulus, Opulus is the way to go right now. Okay. And then, like I told you guys before, look for these resistances as a starting point to sell back into a ride chain. And you can use KuCoin, for example, as a way to do that. Or you can use, I think Mexi has both of them as well. So really fun way to do that. If you have any questions on how to do this, just respond to the chat or go into our Discord, and I have no problem on explaining how to do this. It's a really, really fun way to do it. And you don't really have to sell your position in US dollars. You can just keep it in a token all the time. Now that we've gone through Opulus and RI Chain, for example, let's get into some RWAs. I really wanted to look through them before they start moving up like crazy. Some people mentioned Credi. It's Credify. I guess I'm calling it correctly. I mean, again, I always talk to you guys about how each token trades. You got to identify the trade, right? This one, for example, trades really quickly. Look at that. Now, the faster it goes up, the longer it will take to come down. So it, comes down either like this, and then it starts to tail off, and then solidifies the bottom, and then finds a way to go back up again. So right now, you're in a good spot if you're thinking about buying Credi, because we're about to be bullish again. It's probably going to hold here, right? It's a really good hold. And, you're looking at least a 5 to 6x just to get up to here, right? We're not even talking about, scaling out to like some of this level right here, all the way here. Because I think we get it. I think we get to 10 cents. I mean, I think it's like 10 million market cap right now. Let's take a look really quickly. Right there. Yeah, it's about 11 million. Right? Almost fully diluted. Trading volume is really decent. 441,000. Listed on most of the exchanges. KuCoin, Gate, Bing. I did see it on Mexi. I don't know why it's not listed on Mexi. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, good exchanges that have Credi listed. So that's Credi. There is Token. Token gets some good traction on CoinGecko, right? Identified there's a channel here, right, which has to be kind of rectified. And I think we did get a pretty decent bounce here, like right about at 4.5 cents. We're at 6, just at that trading channel. And we need to get above this blue line, right, which is a 200 EMA. again, most likely we get some resistance here, right, at 9 cents. So if you're trying to scalp, 9 cents is a good spot. If we get, say, bearish in November, maybe a good spot to start scalping out. But it's not a bad hold at all. It's got pretty decent R&R. Looks to be about 3x from where we are now, right? Can we get much higher? Yeah, there's a possibility of that, right? We normally set that trend line. Just let's see. Yeah, it looks like to be about there. So what we do then is try to figure out, can we get to here? And it looks like we can, right? That might be a first spot to sell, 22 cents. Come down a little bit, and then we get higher. Again, when we're drawing these things, we're trying to figure out if they're going to print any inverted head and shoulders, right? We see one here, right? So price action on token will be strong in the upcoming months. C-Pool, Clearpool is one of our tokens that we're tracking all the time. I mean, we called it down here. We have proof. It was like 2 cents, and I said to everyone, start buying Clearpool, and 35x from there. But we're looking at resistances along the way, so we kind of expect it to go up to here first, right? It will take some time to get over that line, so it would need a lot of volume to be pushed over that line. Is it impossible? No, because we saw it right here. We can easily get through some resistances like here and here, right? So let's see that volume come in. And once it comes in, I'm sure we're going to be like up here at $1, right? Because the higher we go, the faster the trading is. So do we get up to 260, 250? Remains to be seen, but really like Clearpool. So think about getting into it right now before things get moving again. What else we have? GFI. All right, so let's look at Goldfinch. Okay, similar setup as C-Pool, right? This resistance, support turn resistance was broken, right? So now we got to get up here again, all right? Creating this inverted head and shoulders. Okay, so at I believe 420, you can expect some resistance, right? So about there, 427 or so, some good resistance. And then we go from there, right? Remember, bull run looks to be in 2025. So anything now is just setting up for that. So we're going to get up to whatever, $11, $12. Realistically, we're probably going to challenge something up here, right? So you see good resistances right there at $12. So high wick is probably at $15. So maybe we get there, but start scaling out possibly at 8. Okay. And then, keep a moon bag just in case that just keeps going and going and going. Okay. So we're still early on a lot of these plays. We see Boson is up 7.45%. Some of the ones that we're tracking, like Luminaire, is down about 5.5. You can get into it now. Yeah, lots of potential for good gains on these RWAs. So get them now while they're cheap, because I think in 2025 they're not going to be cheap. The moonshots here, when the 20-30 cents, you're looking at 1.8 cents right now. You're going to kill yourself for not getting into them. Anyhow, I think we're done for today's stream. I thank you again for joining me. It's been fun. It's been a fun 37 minutes. If you find this helpful, or you find somebody that might find this helpful, please retweet it, share it, and let them know about the stream. And of course, like every single day, I tell you, we'll be back tomorrow for episode 29. Thank you again, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. That's right. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Let's go.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, news in the code. Riding on the blockchain, heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying, rugs are in the air. Try give us a meaning to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon, and Ether's on fire. Holders in the storm, lifted higher and higher. With chart in the lead, watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane, never gonna hit them slow.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free.
DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping, cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Velo to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping, cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Fortunes you can see. Fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds. Digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.